The only one that was killed was a beautiful young lady named Ashley Babbitt. She was killed, and there was actually somebody else that was killed, also a MAGA person, but people don't give it 100% credibility. I'm going to find out about it, and we're going to find out. But Ashley Babbitt was killed. She was shot.
Trump's speech from a few hours ago has CNN and MSNBC completely freaking out. He's not even back in office yet, and they are already losing it over every little thing he says. Honestly, these people aren't acting like journalists at all. They are straight-up activists. I've got some of the best moments from his speech for you. Don't worry, I'm not showing the whole hour and a half, just the highlights. Let's check it out.
Should have never been shot. She was shot for no reason whatsoever. In fact, they say that she was trying to hold back the crowd, and the crowd was made up of a lot of different people, so we'll see. But I will tell you this, the person that was killed was Ashley Babbitt. The other thing is, when they talk, there was never charges of insurrection or anything like that. But if there were, this would be the only insurrection in history where people went in as insurrectionists with not one gun. Okay? And let me tell you, the people that you're talking about have a lot of guns in their home for hunting and for shooting and for entertainment, a lot of good reasons. But there wasn't one. But why are we supporting a country, 200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to function. It was the most expensive structure ever built in the history of our country, relatively. It would be the equivalent of substantially over $1 trillion today. We lost 38,000 people. Think of it, 38,000 people, they died from malaria, mosquitoes. They were unable to stop the mosquitoes. They paid people 5 times more to take the job. Many of those people died. We gave it away for $1. But the deal was that, they have to treat us fairly. They don't treat us fairly. They charge more for our ships than they charge for ships of other countries. They charge more for our Navy than they charge for navies of other countries. They laugh at us because they think we're stupid, but we're not stupid anymore. So the Panama, we're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. And it's appropriate. It's appropriate. And I'm thrilled to announce today that DMAC will be investing at least $20 billion over a very short period of time into the United States, and they may go double or even somewhat more than double that amount of money. It's a great thing, and I believe he will say that he's doing it because of the fact that he was very inspired by the election. They wouldn't do it without that election. I can tell you a lot of people wouldn't.
If you're into content like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
You saw last week where we have somebody who's going to go from $100 to $200 billion. And we have many other people, and we'll be bringing some of them out. Some of them like to do it somewhat more quietly, and some don't. And they feel so strongly about the country that they want to let people know about it. But it's an honor to have such a great investor investing in our country. The investment will support massive new data centers across the Midwest, the Sun Belt area, and also to keep America on the cutting edge of technology and artificial intelligence. He's very big into the data centers, and that's going to be a very hot item in the coming years, as you know, with AI. They brought this moron out of The Hague. He's a mean guy. He's a mean, nasty guy. His picture was perfect because you look at his picture, you say, that's a bad guy with his robe, his purple robe. And he executes people. He shouldn't be allowed to execute people because he'll execute everybody. He's a nut job. But we want all of those cases with him. These people are crazy. There's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them. They also want to go back, and they have already started that, to when you buy a faucet, no water comes out because they want to preserve. Even in areas that have so much water, you don't know what to do. It's called rain. It comes down from heaven. and they want to do no water comes out of the shower. It goes drip, drip, drip. So what happens? You're in the shower 10 times as long, you know. No water comes out of the faucet. You want to wash your hands. They want to go back to even stronger than what they have right now. As you know, I ended that policy. You can have all the water you want. Makes no difference. It comes weird, especially in certain areas. We have so much water, we don't know what to do with it.
Trump is an absolute master at the game of strategy and negotiation. It's no accident. His book, The Art of the Deal, has become a timeless classic, often regarded as one of the greatest guides to business and negotiation. Decades later, it's still relevant because it showcases how to think ahead, assess opportunities, and secure the best outcomes. This is who Trump is. It's his expertise, and he's been playing this game successfully for years. What's fascinating is how his critics fall for it every single time. It's almost like clockwork. He sets the stage, throws out a strategic move, and they take the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Then, as expected, they completely lose their minds. Media outlets run wild, critics pile on, and the outrage machine kicks into high gear. But that's precisely the point. Trump thrives on this chaos because it allows him to control the narrative while keeping everyone else scrambling. Let's clear something up. No, he's not going to annex Canada. That's just absurd. What he's doing is far more strategic. Trump is focused on building better partnerships and knows that leverage is the key to success. In business, as in politics, you don't ask for what you want outright. You position yourself to negotiate from a place of strength. This isn't recklessness. It's calculated and deliberate. By stirring the pot and getting people worked up, he's actually setting the stage to get what he wants. This is classic Trump, using every tool at his disposal to secure the best possible deal. For him, it's not just about winning. It's about ensuring that he's in the strongest position to deliver results for his people. Whether it's a business venture or a geopolitical deal, he approaches it with the same mindset: push hard, hold firm, and negotiate for the best terms. The brilliance of this approach is how simple it looks on the surface, but how intricate it truly is underneath. While his critics are busy reacting, Trump is playing the long game. He's thinking 3 moves ahead while everyone else is stuck analyzing the last play. And that's where his genius lies. Unfortunately, his detractors just don't get it. They see these moves as impulsive or outrageous without realizing they're part of a larger strategy. Instead of stepping back and trying to understand the broader picture, they get caught up in their own outrage. They fail to see that what looks like chaos is often a calculated effort to disrupt, redirect, and achieve his goals. Ultimately, Trump's approach is rooted in his ability to think like a negotiator. It's about creating opportunities, leveraging influence, and ensuring that any deal he makes works in his favor. Whether people agree with his style or not, one thing is undeniable. He knows how to drive a hard bargain and leave his mark. For those willing to look past the noise, there's a lot to learn from his playbook.